Bridget?
So actually, I haven't raced yet. I had a little bit of visa problems, so I only left South Africa on Friday.
Yes, I heard that. Yeah, so you
Yeah.
just made it yesterday, or
Yes, yes, I
right,
arrived midday
okay.
yesterday. So sadly,
Right.
I haven't raced yet. I was hoping to, but I'll be on the start line in the 5,000 later today.
Good. Well, we look forward to that. But a pretty popular venue, would you say, Rebby, with
Yeah,
paddlers?
I would say so, because it's normally fair and not too extreme. So I think a lot of athletes like this venue.
Yeah, I think you're right, and it's been good for the canoe paddlers, hasn't it? Because there's no crosswind,
Yeah.
and as you say, it's fair. So if you end up in lane 9 or lane 1, you can still win the race, providing you're quick enough. Naja and Pulawska from Poland in 4, Chinese crew in 5, Germany in 6, Hoskin and Carrigton, a new partnership from New Zealand, in 7. Peters and Brooks, we mustn't forget those, the Belgians in 8, and then Konin and Vosselman from Netherlands in 9. Right, I'm going to put you on the spot, Rebby. What do you think? Who's going to win this?
If I had to, I'd probably say the Polish crew of Naja and Pulawska.
Naja and Pulawska, yeah, they're going really well, aren't they, at the moment? What do you think, Bridget?
I think this is going to be an exciting race. I feel like it's hard to call a boat. I think that the Polish crew really are strong, especially that they've stuck together. So I do agree with Rebby there, but I think there's going to be quite a contest from New Zealand and Germany. I think those, and maybe I suppose we can't count out the Chinese either.
Yeah, so right, you sort of
And
spread your bets a little bit there.
And the other Polish crew as well look good in the heats and
I mean,
semis,
yeah, you know,
so.
we've hardly talked about Marta Valchikevich in that crew in lane 3. You know, many-time Olympic medalist, many-time medalist, you know, world level over the short of 200-meter distance. And so, yeah, it really is stacked. And as you said, Bridget, of course, we can't discount Germans either in any crew boat.
Or the Belgians, you never know what they can pull
the
out in the last 200.
They have a crew together. They've been a crew together for such a long time. I think that they make that boat work so well. So I think we're in for a treat of a race here. It's all about who gets to the finish line the best.
Yeah, not necessarily who gets away from the start, but no doubt Hoskin and Carrigton will get away to a pretty good start, but watch out for them in the middle of the race.
They always have a very high frequency off the start, so they definitely are the ones that I would tip to be out the blocks first.
A high stroke rate, don't they? But they sit up really tall and they work so well together. And Alicia Hoskin, I mean, she's only young, just over 20, had heart surgery back 5 years ago, but things going well for her in the front of that New Zealand boat. So, Canada in 1, Denmark in 2, Polish crew of Valchikevich and Kodlecki from Poland in 3, Naja and Pulawska from Poland in 4, Nan and Yuen from China in 5, Paszek and Hake from Germany in 6, Hoskin and Carrigton in the black boat in 7, Peters and Brooks from Belgium in 8, and Konin and Vosselman from Netherlands in 9. That's to the left of your picture. You see 3 in from the left is the New Zealand crew. As expected, got away well. You can see from that drone
high
shot.
stroke rate.
There you go. There they are in picture.
The Polish are neck on neck with them, so they've actually had a brilliant start as well.
Yeah, they have indeed, haven't they? So it looks like maybe the Polish crew in lane 4. The one that's expected, Naja and Pulawska.
Canadians on the far side, I think, have also got out the blocks nicely, and they're looking quite good so far.
Yeah, they're looking well drilled. We were just talking about that they've got, you know, got a developing squad, have the Canadians, so they'll want to put themselves in the mix there. There's the Poles in lane 4. Look very controlled at the minute, and a contrast to the high tempo of the New Zealand paddlers.
Yeah, and the Germans are coming back up now as well. They didn't get as good of a start as perhaps the Poles or the Kiwis, but they're coming back up now.
They are, aren't they? Just super smooth, the Germans, all paddling that sort of similar style that they have, and it works well in K2. They're really putting the effort in now. Looks to me like emerging as the leaders is that crew in lane 4, the Poles of Naja and Pulawska. But it's going to be close. It's an intense race to go. They're into the red boys. The last 100 metres, just difficult to tell from that camera angle.
The Germans always have a strong finish, and they're not changing it now. You can see in the men always and the women, they're powering away towards the end.
They are indeed, but the Poles have got an answer to the German questions, it looks like at the moment. It looks like they're going to take the win from lane 4. Lane 6, that's the Germans, and then New Zealand will take that bronze medal. Wow, what a race. So, Poles, Germans and New Zealanders, which I think you mentioned all of those right at the start. So well done to both Bridget and Rebby there, but it's the Poles who take the win, and they're really paddling well. They've got some great crew boats, haven't they, at the moment, the Polish team.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
Those are the medalists from Tokyo last year. That Polish crew.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
were
were,
second.
yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, also paddling, well, they won the K4 here as well. And that Polish crew looked really strong in the semi-finals, I thought, yesterday as well. Control, just edging New Zealand out. New Zealand, maybe they've just got, I'm sure there's plenty more to come from them, but it's just a bit of more work to do on delivering the right race plan. But, you know, Alicia Hoskin, she's only very young, really, and she'll learn as she goes on. Interesting also in the New Zealand boat that, of course, Lisa Carrigton's choosing to sit in the back, whereas when we saw the likes of Fernando Pimenta, he was in the front, setting the rhythm. It's the other way around for the New Zealanders. Now, we've got Ross Solly down there for the International Canoe Federation on the pontoon, just wandering over to have a word with the Polish paddlers.
Karolina, Anna, what a great weekend you're having. Silver at the Olympics last year in this event and a nice gold medal today. Well done.
Yes, it was a great race. We come back feeling from Tokyo, so it was a great race, and now we look forward for next racing in the Poznań.
You've raced together so much. It must be like you're almost like sisters, or twin sisters even.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me Karolina is my third sister, so yes, something like that.
Do you feel like you're stronger than last year, even at the Olympics?
Yes, we are stronger, but we know we want to do more work for the World Championships, because it's important in this year.
Really impressive weekend. Congratulations to both of you. Well done.
Thank you.
So there's that balance, isn't there, between being delighted at winning a gold medal and knowing that most probably the Germans, you know, the other Polish crews, the New Zealanders are only going to get stronger. Well, we'll soon move on to the... We'll just check the results there. 139, look at that. Polish crew there, 139. Half a second behind with the Germans. New Zealand in third place. And Belgians weren't far behind, were they? Peters and Brooks. Okay, so that's confirmation of the results of the K2 women 500 meters. There they are, congratulating